Are we really betting NIT? Like, is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Of course.
We're
NIT's
doing that?
electric.
Yeah,
I
you
agree,
bet
Lenny.
spring training and fucking darts, but you're drawing the line in the NIT, man. I want to hear shit.
First game of the season, you're telling me you got a hole in your glove? What are you using, your fucking grandpa's mitt from World War II? What are we doing? You're Jake Cronenworth. You're a millionaire. That glove looks like it's been through hell and back. Let's get you a new glove for the season, brother. You had all off season to break that shit in. How about a rare 18 cash?
Rare. A-team stock is kind of soaring lately.
OT recently, in recent weeks, Javon, A-team stock up, B-team stock
Kind of
up.
back.
I mean, yeah, I think we just square up for Kitch. Don't overthink it. Take the Shohei and Luka less than, go about your day. There's no way that fucking hits.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you have any squad ride plays you need in there?
Stay swing right.
I didn't hear shit. He's like, I feel like I'm talking to a guy on Mars right now. What is going on, guys? Happy BTL Tuesday, episode 444 piece. Would you believe that? As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Javon, presented by Pickett Sports. If you guys aren't using Pickett to track your bets, what are you doing? Do you live under a freaking rock? Start tracking your bets today. All right, it could not be easier to set up your accounts. It takes 3 seconds. All right, we'll drop the link from our beautiful mods in chat if you want to download Pickett and get involved and start tracking your bets. And Javon, I'm seeing we've got some early action from the Tigers. Let's go.
Yes.
We're on the boards.
Bricked up. Give me some more.
There we go. Sure. We got a squad ride cash from yesterday. We got the Tigers up 1-0 early. Love to see that. All right, great start. A lot of ball game left, though. And we still got 2 runners on with Gio Urshela up. Come on. Come on, chat.
GG.
And immediate ground ball. Great play by the shortstop. Turning 2. I fucking bet. All right, immediate jinx there. Can't make it up, but we'll take a 1-run lead in the first. W's. Javon, how we feeling on this Tuesday morning?
Feeling great. Always good to wake up after a little squad ride cash.
Sure. 100%. Let's flash it for the people. Let me get this puppy activated here. We've got a squad ride. W in the Natty last night, 144.5. Let's fucking go, chat. Sure we can. It was never Purdue. It was always the Huskies. All right, they were just too fucking good. Javon, thoughts on UConn? I mean, just dominance over the last 2 years. They covered and won every spread in the tournament. Both years. Insane.
Crazy. Yeah. Absolute legacy run. We haven't seen many like this. I mean, obviously since Florida, who went back to back, but other than that, I mean, we haven't seen anything remotely close. That's just like a crazy run, crazy team they got going on over there.
Yeah, I mean, they absolutely tweaked. Respect, hats off to UConn. It was their year. Nobody was beating that team. Holy smokes. I don't even know if that Kentucky team we crafted up with Calipari's best players would have beaten that team. They were just built different. Unbelievable run. Holy smokes. Let's flash up the Sharp report from yesterday, too. How about a little sweep for the kids?
Yeah, a little crab sweep job.
Love a little crab sweep for the kids. Huh? Ain't nothing wrong with that. 5-0. How about that? Nimmo hitting 2 nukes. I knew there was something fishy going on with that run square that was up. Come on now. And he hit 2 fucking balls out. He's got more RBIs in that game than Pete Alonso has all season. So, not ideal, okay? But a nice little sweep for the kids yesterday. Javon, the Brewers, they showed heart late. It wasn't enough. And Luis Castillo only walked 1 guy. But besides that, we'll take a 3-2 day and go about it, right?
All day, especially when one of those ends up being squad ride. We love that.
Yep, 100%. That's all that matters, chat. That is all that matters is a squad ride W. We've now smacked another one to start the week off. That could be the difference. All right, we've hit 2 of our last 3. Let's stay locked in. Let's stay dialed. You guys clicked the right buttons yesterday with that under. Let's smack another one today. All right, why not us? Chad, how we doing? How we feeling? We got Pega resubbing here for 15 months. Let's go, Pega. Sure we can. I only resub because of BTL and Fruity Existence my goats. Well, all right, Pega. We'll take what we can get there. W sub. Appreciate you, Beast. All right. Some tough love from Pega that we're used to there. Chat, how are we feeling? All right. Yeah, don't let me get hot. It might be too late here. Slow start to April. All right. But we're starting to get going here. We knew that would not last. All right. Rockies hit 2. Javon elite call. Yeah, dude. Great fucking call.
Yeah, it's the
Great
beginning
call.
of the end. Beginning of the end for Zach.
Great
Love
call.
to see that.
Yep. We needed him to give up some runs there, and he finally did. Gave up plenty of hits, too. Looks like the regression monster is on the way. Might be knocking at his door already.
Maybe. I think his next start is kind of in Phoenix against the Cards, so maybe not yet, but it's coming.
he's probably going to throw a perfect game against the
Yeah,
Cardinals.
he might. He just might. But hey, when it goes on the road, especially in Coors, he's looking bad. Usually Cy Young in Coors too, so I was tempering my expectations somewhat. But he was worse than I expected.
Yeah, he did have 10 Ks there. You got to tip your cap. Insane to
Yeah.
give up,
Hey.
to have that type of outing. Sure, get as many Ks as you want. Get 20.
Yeah, you can get
Fuck it.
25 Ks if you want. Go ahead and strike out the whole fucking lineup. He gave up 3 runs.
Oh, man.
That's all we're asking
Yeah,
for.
strike everybody out. Who cares?
Yeah.
We got Pittsburgh up to the dish right now. Looks like we already got 1 out, 2-1 count. Brian Reynolds is up. Chat, keep me updated if you guys are at the game. If you're in the future, let me know. All right, looks like Brian Reynolds is out for out number 2 at the bottom of the first. W's. Let's keep that moving to groove. All right, chat, keep me updated. Keep us dialed. I've got Detroit ML plus 105. Javon, did you end up taking the Tigers on the ML today?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Love that. Let's check out what else we got going on over here. We will go over some Dinger Tuesday stuff today, guys. College basketball's done. All right. It's women's and men's. The season's over. It's getting to that time of year in the betting space where it's the dog days of summer. They're on the way, right? So we still have NBA playoffs coming up. We have NHL playoffs coming up. Those are going to be awesome. We are going to be betting those, all right, without a doubt. I know I'm not the biggest NBA guy. Javon's been carrying a lot on the NHL as well and had some really good NBA plays, this season too. But we will definitely be hopping into both those playoffs and betting them every night going forward. And then once those end, though, officially the dog days of summer will be here. We only have baseball. You guys are going to need us, all right, because we're tapped in. We're dialed to the MLB slate day in and day out. It really proves, who's a man, who's a boy that time of year when it comes to betting. That's for sure. I saw some tweets about that. I was geeking. Gosh, man, we've got dog days of summer ahead of us. But look, we bitch about no baseball when it's not here, and then it's the only thing we've got in the summer. We'll take it. All right, we'll be fine sweating out, Prize Picks entries throughout the day. I'm not going to complain with it just only being baseball, chat. So stick around. All right, I know it gets kind of quiet in the summer when it's just baseball, but we are not going anywhere. All right, that's my point. We're not fucking leaving. All right, guys. Javon, I'm stoked, man, to go over some baseball. We'll do some more, BTL exclusive podcasts going over MLB as well. It's been a good start to the season. My Nats are showing some heart on the road once again. Could be worse. All right, Ellie had a legacy day yesterday. What else is going on in the world of baseball? Your Rays are kind of struggling.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's to be expected when they're playing with half the team. I don't know. I'm focused on the Reds because they're super exciting. We're getting some Ellie stolen bags too. If I had to lose, didn't lose too much coin yesterday. It's pretty good, but one of the units I did lose was on the Brewers, and I will gladly donate that unit if it takes an Ellie legacy game and stolen base for the Goat Whale and a Will Benson nuclear missile lefty. So that happens. You just tip the cap, and I love that.
It's hilarious. Whenever Will Benson does anything, the feed is just like everybody adding Javon. Being like, great call, Javon. Oh, my gosh. Unbelievable. Every time I see Will Benson, I think of Javon because he called him before the season being that guy. I mean, yeah, he hit a fucking nuke off a lefty last night. And sure, Ellie had 2 home runs, one inside the park and one off the batter's eye. I also saw he did his first post-game interview in fully English, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you checked out that vid, but he was so fucking hype afterwards when the guy who was doing the interview was like, Ellie, congrats on your first interview in all English. He was like jumping up and down. He was fucking stoked. So good for baseball. I'm sure Ellie was hype. It's not the easiest thing ever. People forget these guys don't speak English when they come over here, and they're learning. And they're also learning how to fucking play in MLB, in the league as well, too. These guys are so young. A guy like Ellie looks like he's already 30 years old, but there's still so much to learn for him. It's going to be unbelievable watching his career develop in the next couple seasons. He's going to be
Speaking of Ellie really quick, this is on Twitter so people can check it out. I won't put it on the screen because we're already in piss screen sharing, but you see what William Contreras said about Ellie?
What did he say?
He was like, they're asking about the game he just had, and he was like, Ellie is a good player, but he's nothing special. He says he's not from another world. He's not anything crazy. So I can guarantee you, I was planning on tweeting this out post series because I was a little worried because the Brewers kind of own the Reds, but I felt like Ellie was about to go on like a legacy run, and obviously we saw what I think is the start of it yesterday. Might be a little pissed off in this series.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, he was even talking about it in that post game, saying, these guys beat us a lot last year, but we're going to get them. We're going to battle, and we're going to beat the Brew Crew this season. So good start for the Reds, pulling off that win. We know the Brewers dominated them last season. That was part of their issues and not making the playoffs late as well. Maybe it'll be a little bit different this season. I would love to watch it. All right, we'll see how it goes. I'm in. All right, guys. People forget Shelly asked if Inside the Park counts as a season long. You're goddamn right it does, Brock. You're goddamn right it does. All right, that's okay. We need Shelly locked into the ice. If he's asking questions like that, that's okay. That means he's dialed on the ice. All right, I'm not worried about that.
Fair.
Dubs. Jordan Walker, low-key buns. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Jordan Walker. All right. What else, guys? You want to go over the Sharp Report for today, or you want to go over Dinger Tuesday first, chat? What do you guys want to talk about? Do you want to go over some nukes? Do you want to go over our best plays of the day? Where do you want to start? Where are we dropping? Any plays for the Masters? We're going to get our guy Kenny on here tomorrow, at KillKenny on Twitter, who's a golf betting expert, I'd honestly call him, because he focuses a lot of time on that. We'll get him on here tomorrow and see if he's got any Masters picks for the people. All right, so don't miss tomorrow's show. We will talk some Masters futures on Wednesday, because I know the Masters starts up, I believe, really early on Thursday, so we're not going to be able to talk about it then. We'll get it over with. We'll do it tomorrow with Kenny on BTL. All right, guys? A-Bird getting his green jacket. People forget he called that dude, and he's turned into one of the greatest young stars of the sport. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Awesome, guys. Let's go ahead and hop into the Sharp Report. All right, we'll show you guys some winners for today. I've already got one active right now with Detroit's. They are up 1-0 in the top of the second. So looks like Colt Keith is getting up to the dish. He's probably not going to do anything against a lefty. And he immediately rolls over one, and he's out. Okay. Detroit ML, I'm not going to explain it. It's already active. Javon, you want to head to Baltimore? What do you like about the O's?
We can head to Baltimore. I want a bounce back outing from Corbin Burns. And it's not to say he wasn't good against the Royals, but for Corbin Burns, anytime you have an outing, especially against a team like the Royals and the strikeout stuff isn't there, it's a little concerning, may not be the right word, but it's not a typical Corbin Burns start. And you could tell he was a little frustrated with that. So going into this game, I think he's going to be significantly better. I think he's going to have a solid outing. But on the other side, too, talked about this since Brian Bayo's been in the league. He struggles with lefties, and that didn't really change when he went to face, the A's of all teams. And who do you have for the Orioles? You have Gunnar Henderson, you have Adley Rutschman, you have Anthony Santander. So prove it to me that you can start pitching to lefties, because we haven't seen it. And this lineup is coming off a little bit of a letdown in that Pirates series. They weren't good. Obviously, not the best hitting conditions in Pittsburgh, but a couple flops on performances there against a really good pitching staff. Now I think they started to bounce back. Not the greatest hitting conditions, I think, in this game either, but I think this is a game where one big mistake is going to decide the game, and I think it's going to come from the arm of Brian Bayo. So I like the Orioles. Muted potentials.
You think Bayo is going to get lit up a little bit today, and maybe that's why that over is a little high?
A little bit.
Okay.
I mean, for the seemingly not great hitting conditions there, it is a little weird that it's kind of perching 8, borderline 8.5, but it just might be a Turk or two that decides it for Bayo.
It might just be a Turk or two, folks. Okay. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Javon. I don't hate the play, because I was looking at this, and initially, the Red Sox at this short of a dog, interested me, but then I looked into it and I thought about all the bets I've had against the O's over the last 2 years. It doesn't matter when they're short. It doesn't matter at all what their odds are. If they're a favorite, they come through and they win the game. They've been doing this for the last 2 years. It doesn't fucking matter what's sharp or what's not. It doesn't matter if, I'd have them a little bit more of a juicy favorite on the ML against Bayo because they're the O's. It's not like their start has led them to get more respect, I guess, on this line, but they do have a stud ace up on the bump against Bayo today on the roads. And I'm with you. I do think this is a game where you'll see the Red Sox be a little fake sharp, down to plus 115 on the ML, plus 110 some places, like on the Green Book here. Probably a little fake sharp. I don't think the Tigers and the Red Sox will both hit to start out the day, right? We saw a lot of people on the Tigers. I think the Red Sox looks like an easy play at plus chick. But if you actually look into it and you see what Baltimore does every fucking day, and it's that they win as a favorite over and over again. Doesn't matter if that line's fat or if it's short. Back Corbin Burns. It's not like the O's are, 9-0. They're 5-4 treading water. You could even say the Red Sox have gotten off to a better start, sitting at 7-3. So I'm in. Maybe a little bit of law of averages with both these teams. We see Baltimore, rise up after the series, and the Red Sox regress minimally. Orioles on the ML.
Yeah, they did also. I mean, they had their 3 series, little West Coast on the road to begin the season, and now they're just coming back, obviously with a day off. But the Orioles are literally prime home opener coin stealers. They've done this even when they're bad. It's now I think they did this to the Red Sox last year too. I think they spoil the little party there.
Okay. All right. What else we got? Let me pull up this damn sharp report here and get back active. We've got Arizona -1.5. You can make an argument that this play is square. I don't really give a hoot. All right, Arizona's been struggling mightily of late. They really have not gotten going early on in the season here. But they've got their guy Merrill Kelly on the bump, who pitched pretty fucking solid in his first outing of the season, and I like what I saw. Right now, I mean, Arizona, they've lost 5 games in a row. It has not been pretty for this Diamondbacks team here on this road stance. But even before that, they were losing games at home too. I want to take a stab at Arizona here and pretty much just fade Cal Quantrill, back these Arizona bats to get going and winning this game by more than 2 runs. Sure, it might be square or simple-minded, but Cal Quantrill's in the bump, Javon, and I got to do what I got to do. All right, I'm fading them. Arizona catching steam, 10 cents on the ML as well, which is a good sign. I think if Cal Quantrill is going to pitch a little better, maybe this total wouldn't be so high. I'm going to back my guy, Merrill Kelly, and the D-backs to finally get back in the win column here after losing 5 in a row and winning in big fashion. I think we'll talk about it a little bit later. I got a guy I want to target in Dinger Tuesday. In this game, there was a couple guys that were interested in me that we could go over, but I think the offense will finally start flowing for Arizona here on the road against a good matchup in a hitter's-friendly park and environment against Cal Quantrill.
Yeah, you ain't going to hear any argument from me about fading Cal Quantrill, especially after the Rockies poll went out yesterday. So I'm right with you.
Good. What about Houston and Kansas City? As we get a nuke from the Pirates to start out the second inning, I fucking bet.
GG.
1-1. Pirates bomb. Who hit it?
Didn't even see.
Who did it?
Olivares, maybe? I think he
Yep.
was up.
That would be Olivares hitting a nuke. That's got to be his first one of the year, huh?
No, he had one earlier, I think.
Man. Oy. All right, lock in, Tigers. We still got a lot of innings left. All right, Javon, take us to Kansas City. What are you liking about runs in this contest later?
It's one of the weirdest totals I think I've seen, maybe not just today, but like through the entirety of the season so far, because we have Christian Javier and Cole Reagans on the bump, and we're seeing a 8.5 total that's juiced to the over with it's not like it's a crazy wind tunnel game that you're seeing in like Great American Ballpark where you have like the best conditions in the world, but you're still seeing an 8.5 total. It's pretty juicy to the over. And Christian Javier has been fantastic to start the season. I don't even know if he's given up a run yet. I know he did in his last start. Just double checking to make sure. Yeah. Back-to-back shutout outings against the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are rad shit, but different conversation. And then Cole Reagans is also coming off of a shutout outing, and he only gave up 2 runs in his first start before that. So to see a total 8.5 juice the over, I think is odd. The one thing that I guess does actually make a little bit of sense about it, we faded Christian Javier a lot last year because he was one of those pitchers that was, regression was kind of looming. We saw bad bat to ball metrics, but he was also donkey shit on the road. So like now he's going to the road. A really tough place for a lot of pitchers to pitch in Kansas City against a much better lineup, obviously, this season. Which last season he got turked on there against a much worse team. So now I think he comes in and he struggles. And the Royals put up some runs, but on the other side too, I think this is a different matchup for Reagans than he's seen the first 2 starts. So I think he's not going to be completely lights out today. So the reason we're seeing a total almost touch 9, the way that these 2 pitchers have started the season is, I think, very, very telling. And I'm grabbing it.
Oh, this might have been a good find, folks. I kind of like this nasty over between 2 pitchers who have been dealing. As Rowdy rolls over one and gets the first out of the second inning for the Pirates. W's there, getting back on track for Detroit. Javon, I'm with you there, man. This is a nasty over between 2 pitchers, like you said, who have been dealing so far this season. I mean, Javier hasn't even given up a fucking run this entire season. Give me a break. Yeah. And now this total is, I wouldn't say it's catching steam to the over, but really not much movement at all. I'm very curious to see what the splits are at on this puppy for this game. I'm pulling them up right now as we speak. I want to see. I'm very curious. Yeah, the over, not great, but not terrible. 60% of bets, 66% of handle on that over. I was hoping it'd be a little sharper, but we can work with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fair.
Either way, it's a nasty over that is 100% a craps play that I could get behind with both these pitchers dealing to start the season. Maybe we finally get some runs from both these fucking squads in the same game. And we get a little bit of an over. Looks like that juice is kind of loose on this over here on Green Book.
Yeah. What if I also told you the guy who's in this game who has not given up a run has a 2.5 earned run square up on the prize picks board?
Well, I would tell you why the fuck is that not in your prize pick squares of the day on the sharper part?
I don't know if I saw it when we put those in there, but can put that slot that right in there with Savali. I think they're relatively similar. But yeah, we're at the very least getting Royals runs today. I feel pretty confident about that.
So there might be some donkey squares on the prize picks board today is the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah.
There might be some donks. Okay. Wow. All right. Chat, what do we think about that over in Kansas City and Houston? Are we down? We got 2 outs in this game. Good play by the Tigers. Good play by Javi Baez. Sure. On Michael A. Taylor. So weird seeing him in a Pirates uni, but rooting for him. Can we talk about the Sharks? We will. Don't you worry. All right. We got a couple other plays to go over here first. Let me take you to San Francisco. Can I? Can I take you to San Fran here? We cashed last night on the Nats versus Fivers. I want to go back to the well here. Not with the Nats, but actually with the Giants and their offense in this contest. Josiah Gray's on the bump. It has been bad. Not even like mid. It has been bad news for my guy Josiah Gray. So bad that he's got a 14 ERA. He got lit up in his last start and his ERA actually went down. That goes to show you how bad he's been in his first 2 outings. It has not been good. And then I go over and look at the team total in this game for the Giants. It was a little bit higher than I thought. I know the under is juiced, but I want to take a stab at the Giants to score more than 5 runs, at least, in this contest. And it might not all need to be against Josiah Gray with how bad our bullpen is. Okay? I just see the Giants scoring plenty of runs. I was looking at those home run odds. I saw a couple of those guys looking a little bit short, like one of the guys we're going to talk about here in a moment when we get to the Dinger Tuesday segment that has no business being as short as he is to hit a nuke. I think Josiah Gray gets lit up in a very hitters-friendly environment tonight. The weather's supposed to be actually pretty solid out there in San Fran. If that's the case, we haven't seen Josiah struggle with the long ball. It's just been with his command. I have a feeling they're telling him, fill the zone up today, and I don't think that's going to go too well for my guy Josiah with how his stuff's been looking until he starts pitching backwards and utilizing his pitches that are actually effective, like his off-speeds, and stopping forcing, this new cutter or the four-seam that is one of the worst pitchers in all of baseball, one of the worst pitches in all of baseball. Until he stops using that in the first or second pitch of the at-bat, nibbling, starting out 1-0, 2-0, and all these counts. Until he changes that game plan, Javon, I want to keep fading Josiah. It's going to get ugly. I think either way, whether he walks, the bases fucking loaded and allows some runs, or if he fills the zone too much today against a starving Giants offense looking to bounce back after last night's disappointing game, either way, we're getting runs from the Giants in this contest. I like their team total over.
Yeah, I'm in that. I'm in on that.
Okay. Sorry, Nats. Sorry, Josiah. I wish that wasn't the case, but when you got a 14 ERA through 2 games, I mean, what can you expect? Me to back you? Yeah. Not when you're a Nats pitcher. If you're on any other team, maybe, but he might just be that bad. Straight up. All right, take me to the ice, Javon. Looks like you've got a little hockey play for us today. People in chat are going nuts for this Sharks plus 1.5 angle. What do you got?
Late night Sharks. They're playing the Flames. The Flames, I mean, their season's been done for a while, realistically, but they just had big matchup against the Oilers at home, which was really their last game. At least at home, they're playing against like a competent team. So like that was kind of their last throw all their chips in and actually give a shit game, in my opinion. And now they're starting this little road trip against rat shit teams, and it starts with the Sharks. So now you have Dustin Wolf in net, who I'm a fan of, but he's talked about it how he doesn't feel very comfortable in that because they're not getting him consistent starts. He's kind of floating between Markstrom starts, and it's exactly what they've been doing like the last couple weeks, and he hasn't been very good outside of like the Jets game. So now he's going to be going against a Sharks team who's sneakily been playing teams pretty tough, and it's probably because they're trying to not set the record for worst team in the modern era, and you only have a couple more games to do it. So I think this is obviously a spot where like both teams are dead. I think the Sharks are playing a little harder at this point, and the Flames, after that big spot, kind of fell flat, but I mean, it doesn't really mean anything to them against the Oilers at home. Now they're going on a road trip to close the season pretty much, which, I mean, doesn't mean anything to them, and they're playing cellar dweller teams. Just feels like one of those where you take the stab at the value. I mean, I think they win the game, but I also think they keep it close, and wouldn't be shocked to see this one go into OT the way the Sharks are playing a lot of teams close right now, or at least teams that are somewhat near their level. So I kind of like them today. I think they're going to put up a couple on Dustin and probably win this game.
All right. You're taking the plus 1.5. I don't blame you. And when a team is plus 185 on the ML, go ahead and grab that plus 1.5. Don't be scared. All right. You're still taking a fat dog. I got no qualms with that play. People in chat were saying they were surprised you're not on the Flyers. Any thoughts on Philly before we move?
The Flyers. Why would I be on the Flyers?
I don't know.
I mean, they've
Just what our
lost a
guy
shit.
Max is saying in chat.
They've lost a shit ton of games in a row. It's kind of what we need. Them and the Caps, and I don't know. It's been like the get right spot for them for 2 weeks now. And it's not coming because they're done. They're fucking bad. So I mean,
Okay.
me taking them would just be a support of making the race closer against the Penguins. So there's no reason for me to get involved there.
Yep. Looks like Freeze cashed on a Nats ML play last night for a 16 parlay. Let's go Freeze. Holy smokes. Good for him. That's all right, Max. You're still our guy. No stress. Guys, we'll go over all these hockey games after we kind of cover what's going on in the playoffs. We're going to do that after we go through the Sharp Report here. All right, but let's keep powering through. We got to get you guys the winners for today. All right, we just went over our favorite straight bets. Let's talk about some prize picks. All right. I like my guy Gabriel Moreno to get more than 1.5 total bases today. Was trying to find, kind of a sharp play in this Arizona game. One of these, lesser known names instead of just taking, our guy Corbin or whatever in this contest for Arizona against Cap Quantrill. I ended up going with Moreno. I liked seeing his total bases up there. Not as a demon or a goblin, but just up there as 1.5. And if you look at the frickin' charts, I mean, he's literally as fucking red as it gets. Like, look at this shit. It's as red as it gets. Okay. Gab Moreno hasn't done squats in about a week and a half. All right. Well, today against Cap Quantrill, everything changes. All right. He's about to smack a double, maybe even a nuke. Could be a good Dinger Tuesday sprinkle. I don't know. I don't care. All I know is that my guy Gabriel Moreno is smacking at least a double, maybe 2 singles late night tonight against Cap. It's already done. Look at this fucking chart. Give me a break.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to hear any argument from me against any or for any anti-Cal bets. So I'm with you on that. I think he might have been up for a hit run RBI yesterday too, and obviously didn't do anything with that. The fact that
that makes me like it even more. Sure.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I think I saw him up for at least a little bit. I think he might have been one of the ones that got taken down pretty late, but he was up at least for the start.
All right. Gabriel Moreno, more than 1.5 TBs. He's been slumping. Nothing that a matchup against Cal Quantrill can't fix. All right. He's hitting a double in the gap. It's already done. It looks like we got another nasty square up there. Another guy who is a familiar name from last season, Javon, because you called Kevin Pillar home runs like it was your fucking job. Looks like today you're targeting him on prize picks. More than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs for the White Sox. What do you like about Pillar?
Well, first of all, he is 0 for 7 on the season. Hasn't gotten consistent at bats because he's a platoon guy. That's what he is now in his career. But he's 0 for 7. You got a 1.5 hit run RBI score on the board, and it's not like you're in fucking Coors or anything. You're playing the Guardians and a pretty decent pitching staff, and the White Sox have been miserable to this point. But what is the one thing we know about Kevin Pillar? It's that he loves him some lefties, which is the only reason why he's still in the league and still has a job, and he's still on payroll for ratchet teams. You get to see one today, Logan Allen, and a guy who gives up a lot more hard contact than people realize. So, I think, I guess we'll talk about it in a second, but I think there's going to be some loud contact on both sides in this game, and that Kevin Pillar square screaming at me that's even on the board. Feed me, Kevin.
Yeah, let's go Kevin Pillar. Trying to get his action pulled up here for you so we can show it. Looks like he doesn't have the chart up, obviously, for hits, runs, RBIs, but that's okay.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, nobody's got those puppies.
Yeah.
But we still got Kevin Pillar up here for plenty of shit.
It's a lot of squares for a guy who hasn't gotten a hit all season yet.
Holy smokes. All right, Kevin Pillar, get off the schneid today, will you? All right? Enough is enough. All right? You're turning into Anthony Rendon here. How about a base knock and a run? All right? How about a home run? How about a nuke? Do something, will you? All right. What else we got? One more prize pick square each. Ooh, this is one that I like a lot. Jorge Soler. I've already seen Jorge Soler just taking a ball 450, maybe deeper. I don't know. Against Josiah Gray tonight for the Giants. Jorge Soler, he's hitting a nuke. All right, we'll talk about that coming up here too. Another guy that I had to leave off the Dinger Tuesday report because I had so many angles that I liked, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see our guy here, Jorge Soler, take one of Josiah Gray's mistakes, especially if he's trying to fill the zone up more and correct some of those mistakes that have cost him runs in these first couple games. If he misses with that four seam over the zone to Jorge Soler, it's already gone. It's already gone.
I mean, that's the guy you want. It's the guy
That
you
is
want
the
right
guy
there,
he wants.
Krabs.
That's the
It's
guy.
also it was kind of a meme, kind of a joke, but he was like the main blue book boost yesterday because of the solar eclipse. Like it was a joke for him to hit a home
Yep.
run, but it was also the main boost. So you're coming off of that, and you get what 0 for 3 night with a walk where you don't sniff ball, and it's probably the day tonight.
Yep.
Somebody's gonna
It
do
might
it.
just be the day.
He's gonna
Okay.
do it.
Jorge Soler. All right, the day after the Soler eclipse. Had to throw in that dad joke. Come on, chat. Cash the over half. He's taking one yaya today. Josiah Gray hasn't even been struggling with the long ball, but I think if you make some of these adjustments that we're all expecting after 2 terrible starts and he tries to fill that zone up more, a guy like Soler is going to be the one that reaps the benefits when he takes one of those mistakes. Yaya 450. Okay.
Krabs, didn't he give up 2 home runs to Nick Martini?
He did. He did. Hold on. Let's see. Um, Josiah Gray stats. I think he gave up 0 in that next start, though. Yeah. Against the Pirates, 0 nukes, but 3 walks, only 3 strikeouts, 7 hits, 6 earned runs. Couldn't even get out of the fifth.
Yes, Pirates.
So 2
Pirates
nukes
and
in the
home runs
first
don't
game.
count.
Yeah. 2 nukes in the first game, and yes, they were both from your guy Martini. Can't make it up on Cincy. Unbelievable.
Good.
And then, yeah, the Pirates, he was just absolutely no shit. Like I said, he's not been giving up the long balls yet. But he also hasn't faced a guy like Soler when he makes a mistake with that 4-seam. That's one of the worst pitches, literally a bottom 5 pitch of baseball from last season.
Yeah.
Where a guy's going to take that ball, 450 over fucking center field. If I was Jorge, or if I was Josiah Gray, I would not have gotten much sleep last night having to face him today. All right?
Yeah.
We got one more square, I believe, from our guy Javon. Looks like he did get that Savali square up. Love that. What do you like about Aaron Savali giving up Turks today?
Well, first of all, we talked about it yesterday. I felt very not great about the Rays in this series, partially because they never show up on the West Coast road trips when they're in the middle of it, and especially against the Angels. And what did they do yesterday? They got absolutely smoked with Eflin on the mound, who was terrible. And Savali, like I'm a huge Savali guy, but I feel like this matchup is not great for him, especially like you look at a lot of his squares too. You can put that up on the screen, Krabs. I know you have the earned run square that's a little weird in this game, but he also nobody likes Patrick Sandoval, and Patrick Sandoval has a higher fantasy score than Savali does at 27.5. Like his strikeouts, I was talking about this with POD Pete. It's at the same exact line it was against the Texas Rangers, and you're facing the Angels on the road, obviously, so a little different, but a team that on paper strikes out a shit ton more. So like everything books wise is screaming Savali is going to get lit up in some way. And that earned run square is probably the weirdest of the bunch because like I still on like I would like his strikeouts is just a very suspicious line. But that 2.5 earned run score on the board is very interesting. And there's a couple guys that I think are going to knock him up today. So I think the Angels are probably en route to a second straight win.
All right. Yeah, not a great sign for your Rays today. Let's just
Not
be
today.
honest here.
Not today.
Not a great sign at all. At all. We got some sub banks coming in hot. We got JT Harden 15. Appreciate all the content, boys. Resubbing for 18 months. Let's go, JT. Sure you can. Sure you can. We got Pax Picks coming in hot, resubbing as well for 8 months. Can't forget about Clam Mucker 3000 either. All right, can't let that get swept under the rug. 23-month sub bang. Let's make it 24. Why not, Clam Mucker? Let's make it 2 years. All right, why not us?
Crazy comment.
Talk to me when you get to 24 months, Clam Mucker. All right, I'll shake your hand then. All right, my guy. W's. Let's keep moving and grooving here. All right, I think that is the rest of the sharp reports. We'll give you guys one more sneak peek at this puppy. I will post it. All right, don't you worry. Javi Baez making a great play from his knees. What a throw against Triolo. Holy smokes. If you guys are watching this Tigers game, you just saw Javi Baez do something good for the first time in a while. Awesome. What a play. Let's go, Javi. Help out that Detroit ML play, will you? Come on. Chat, we will post this on Bookit BTL Twitter. All right, you don't have to write these puppies down, but feel free to take a mental screenshot or lock in some of these plays that do start up soon. The Orioles get going here in less than an hour. So if you want to lock in Baltimore and ride with Javon for his early play today, the O's on the ML starts up here not too far away. All right, guys? Awesome. W Sharp reports. All right, love that. Javon, what else do we have to go over today? Dinger Tuesday? Might as well hop right into it.
Hop right
into it. All right. Guys, we've got some plays that we're loving for today. All right, Dinger Tuesday. Look, man, Francisco Lindor up there, plus 380, the first thing you guys see. Probably not ideal. You probably said or made some sort of comment saying Lindor hitting a nuke. Come on. Well, he did hit one a couple games ago. Maybe he's starting to get going here, and I'm expecting more runs once again in this Mets game down there in Atlanta in this series with that total up to 9.5. I think Lindor at plus 380 being shorter odds than everyone else in the Mets was hilarious to me. Maybe odds makers are expecting Lindor a little bit of a bounce back here. I don't know. But seeing his odds that short compared to the rest of the guys there, I know nobody's really been hitting well for the Mets, but come on now. Lindor, people are talking about giving him the Trey Turner treatment with how bad he's been playing for the Mets so far this season. So this is an odds play for me. I wish I could have gotten my guy Pete because I need some RBIs like I need air. But Lindor hitting a nuke, I've already seen it, my man. I've already seen it. It's plus 380 as we get a Pirates double to start out the inning. Fuck.
GG.
Thoughts on Lindor going yard today?
Yeah, I don't mind Lindor. Can't say I'm the biggest Lindor sharp or Met sharp because I've generally tried to stay away from their games and their prize pick squares and everything involved with them until the offense gets a little better. But you had Nimmo yesterday, and maybe Lindor's your guy today.
Come on, Lindor, do your fucking job tonight, brother, please. For the first time this season, can you do your job, please? Javon, I can't get over it, man. Plus 380 here. I mean, he's shorter than guys like Marcell Ozuna as the Pirates score another run. That was too easy.
Low.
Fuck. Isn't that low for our guy Lindor? Plus 380 here?
Just a tad.
Matt Olson might be getting on the board today, too. He's touched the 200s. Oh, no.
Yeah. GG.
Oh, no. But yeah, like Pete Alonso, plus 400, I bet. He's the guy who hits nukes for this team, although he hasn't been doing it. Francisco Lindor off to a legacy or like a all-time terrible start to the season at plus 380, I fucking bet. Come on, Francisco. Get going. Get that offense moving and grooving. We need to get the Mets activated. All right?
Yeah.
Javon, what else you got? Rumor has it you're going with Logan O'Hoppe. Trent might like this one for your first
Yeah,
one.
and to be honest, I was in trench warfare trying to pick an Angel because my gut tells me squaring up with one of the two guys, whether it's Trout or Taylor Ward, who's for some reason seeing the ball really well right now, is probably the answer. But my gut's also telling me that Logan O'Hoppe, I just felt that the second I looked at the board and I looked at the home run odds up against Savali today, which when Savali does get hit up, he gives up quite a few Turks. It's like he's the same as Eflin, where like home runs are going to be a big part of his start, good start or bad start. Logan O'Hoppe is the guy who I think has a pretty good approach against him on the plate. Like to righties, you're going to see a lot of off speed and a lot of that big looping curveball, which kind of worries me for Taylor Ward. Definitely doesn't for Trout, but for O'Hoppe, I think that's a pretty good approach for him to take. So I wouldn't be shocked if he runs into one. But he's the guy who I just saw already hitting a nuke in that game, and I can't get my finger away from that button.
Well, I'm down. That's a weird one that I could get behind. Is there a prize pick square we can back for our guy, Mr. O'Hoppe, today?
I think he has demons. I don't think he has a regular square. The one that is an actual square that I was also looking at is Mickey Moniak, and the only reason I didn't go to it is because he had 3 hits, I think, yesterday, or 3 bases at the very least, and he's up for half a base today. Scared me a little bit, but again, there's so many options for the Angels in that game that I had a hard time choosing one.
Looks like Hovey chiming in on Lindor. He's a Mets fan. He's dialed, saying he's been at this short of odds pretty much this whole fucking time. Maybe it's not as sharp as I think. Great. Thanks, Hovey. Appreciate that. Do you recommend benching Savali today? In fantasy, excuse me, Javon. Would you park his ass on your bench? I probably would.
I don't know if I would just because of the strikeout potential that he has. Like, I can't really bench Savali on any start because he could go out there and give up 5, but also strike out 9. That's the only thing.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's you can tell that I don't love him today.
Yeah.
So take it with a grain of salt.
All right. Yep. Anthony Rendon plus 600. That makes sense. He should be plus 6,000 every day. You think that guy's lifting a ball out of the yard?
Yeah, I do think if there's a number in this game that stands out, it's definitely Mickey Moniak, which, I mean, I'm probably going to have to fuck around and play him too.
Okay. Yep. But, sounded like it. It almost seems like you wish you just put that one up here from the start.
Kind of did.
Okay.
Sano is also the favorite here. That's your guy.
Miguel Sano is. Well, he can ligma.
Yeah.
I'm not taking Miguel Sano. No thanks. He's already cost me enough coins this season. I am done. My patience for backing Miguel Sano and watching his at-bats is already run thin. And it was one game. Okay.
You heard it here first, chat. Lock in that.
Chat, lock it in. Hurry up, go. Lock it in. You're going to need to. Plus 280 for Miguel Sano tonight. What, has he already hit it? It's already
Yeah,
been
he might
recorded in
have.
the stats for tonight's game? What the fuck?
He might have.
All right. He might be hitting one, yeah. Plus 280? Give me a break. That's insane. All right.
Yeah.
What else we got? Let's keep moving and grooving here. Eugenio Suarez. Sure. I like this play. Let me see if I can find it on the odds and make sure we haven't gotten any changes here. I'm a big fan of Eugenio Suarez today based off of the odds as well. And we're going to talk about it here in one moment as soon as I pull up the fucking game. Where's my guy Eugenio at? Where is he at?
Gotta make sure you go to the D-backs grabs.
Yeah, I know. Hold on.
No Mariners.
That's okay. I'll just pull up his square because he's got a prize picks one. Eugenio Suarez. All right, obviously he hasn't hit a lot of nukes recently. That's okay. We still love him. His odds. Gosh, they were short, man. Gosh, they were short. And I'm liking it. And I think he might do something today for his new squad in Arizona. All right. I know I already talked about an Arizona play earlier today. Going over that Gabriel Moreno total bases. I do like that on prize picks, but I got caught up. I could not stop looking at this fucking home run list for this Arizona game and seeing our guy Suarez getting this much respect. Immediately, I put him down on the sheet. It had to be done. Didn't have a fucking choice in this contest. If you could see right here, my guy plus 320. I fucking bet. One of the shortest odds, if not the shortest odds in this game, right behind Christian Walker, who I didn't want to back. He was at the top of the prize picks board as well, but he's been doing some stuff recently, at least minimally. Seeing our guy Eugenio Suarez behind Jock Peterson, who's also very short today, but we know he's a fucking nuke hitter. That's his job. Seeing him as the third shortest odds in this game, I was interested. It's not like he's been doing squat recently for this team, and I like his matchup, obviously, going against a guy like Cal Quantrill. So keeping it simple, I think he makes some serious mistakes today, and I really want to back my guy Eugenio Suarez going against one of the worst, if not the worst pitcher in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I like it. I think I kind of like Jock. I like the favorite in that game.
You like Jock plus 290?
Yeah, the thing that I want a lefty against Cal because the thing he's been doing, or at least so far this season, is he's been spamming splitters. So he's gonna hang one to lefties, and because that's kind of how you have to pitch in course for him to not get absolutely turked on in theory. But he's probably gonna hang with a Jock, so I might go favorite. In that game.
I mean, that's some serious respect for a guy plus 290. Sheesh. All right. Somebody's hitting a gag against Cal Quantrill in out there in course tonight. Somebody's doing it.
Yeah.
We just got to click the right one. All right. What else we got for today? We've got Kevin Pillar, who we've already talked about plenty. You were backing him on prize picks. You think he might hit a gag today at that number plus 630? Why not sprinkle?
Yeah,
Sure.
why not?
Sure.
It feels like with Kevin Pillar, it's a lot of all or nothing whenever I take him. So add him to the home run list. Kind of already given my sell job, and I'm taking him for Dinger Tuesday. I have did not think I'd ever be saying that I'm going Dinger Tuesday, double up in the same game, and it's White Sox Guardians, but I am. And Kevin Pillar is on the list today. So let's see a legacy nuke from him.
All right, Kevin Pillar. Well, I'm seeing him down to plus 450. If you peep this on the green book, Javon, maybe it's just different books. I don't know. I don't care. But he's way shorter. Way shorter.
Interesting.
That's very interesting. That makes me like it even more. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. Kevin Pillar, we've talked about him enough. Take him on prize picks. Sprinkle on him to hit a nuke tonight. Why not? It's Dinger Tuesday. All right, have some fun.
Of course.
Have some fun. All right, this is where I might lose you guys. Mike Yastrzemski. All right, I talked about this game and targeting a Dinger Tuesday player in this contest. Why not our guy Mike Yastrzemski, who's only hit one nuke earlier this season, hasn't hit a nuke this month? How about him getting some serious line respect in this contest, Javon? He's not plus 300 like some of these other guys are in other games, but if you take a peep at what the odds are, and by the way, Abrams probably not going to play once again today. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody cares, but he might be a little more banged up than people thought. So no bueno. But this Nats offense, I feel like is producing better with him out of the lineup right this second anyways. So I don't really give a hoot. Obviously, Soler plus 380 here, getting some respect. I do think he hits a nuke, and I wouldn't mind taking a stab at him against Josiah. Would not be your worst bets. But how about Yaz? Down to plus 500? I wouldn't mind taking a stab at him to hit one out. He's only got one this year. I thought his odds would be close to double this. Interesting. I am expecting Josiah to give up some Turks today. He gave up 0 in that last outing. He only gave up 2 in his first start. I think he becomes the Josiah from last season where maybe he starts working in some of his better pitches, but he's still going to make mistakes with his bad fastball. And I think guys like Yastrzemski and guys like Soler are going to take advantage. Plain and simple. This one's going to get ugly, man. You could take your pick in this contest with who's hitting a gag. There's probably going to be multiple.
Yeah, you would think.
Probably going to be multiple. Yeah.
Pretty in on that. Pretty in on taking a couple guys in that game.
Also, don't let Lane Thomas get hot. It might be too late.
He is kind of getting hot. People are
I'm just
sleeping.
going to say it. Yep. It might be too late. Maybe he hits a gag again tonight. He hit one last night.
Yeah.
He gets another lefty today. I think I'm good on that. I'm good on back in the Nats today, offensively. All right.
Fair.
I got no desire to take any of these guys. No, thank you. Javon, wrap it up. Tell me why Bo Naylor is hitting a nuke tonight at plus 400. That's a crazy pick.
It's a crazy pick, and this one honestly spawned from Prize Picks because I was looking for something in this game where you could get some power from the Guardian side of things, and obviously there's not many options other than the Naylor brothers or the occasional, J-Ram appearance, and J-Ram spawned last night with a nuke. But have you looked at the run squares for this game, Krabs?
They're pretty weird.
Because there's a run square for a certain guy named Bo Naylor who is 0 for his last 11 with 8 strikeouts in those ABs, which is particularly interesting. So, I mean, those have been, like, if we're talking any weird squares in the prospects board, those run squares have been the ones that have been, really printing. Like, I guess Bo Naylor is not Jazz Chisholm, but, like, Jazz Chisholm on Sunday had one that I thought was pretty weird against Kyle Gibson, and what do you know, 3-run nuke as soon as he stepped on the field, first pitch he saw. Now we have Soroka on the mound in a run square for the 7-hole. At least that's where, Bo Naylor's been hitting. And I want something off of Soroka because he supplies a lot of power. I think he's given up a home run in both of his starts. And he really struggles against any lefties that are kind of 2-outcome strikeout K guys. So like Bo Naylor, who I think not only is the run square up there, his price is pretty short, matchup's pretty good, I'm taking him. That's the one that I guess baseball-wise, too, makes a little more sense than, Kevin Pillar. Kevin Pillar is crazy, but Bo Naylor not too far behind. Double in that game, 2-piece.
Javon, in honor of the college basketball season coming to a close, I feel like we might owe the people a couple A-team and B-team entries here today. It's been a couple, right? We've been very, very conservative with these Prize Picks entries because we don't want to force. It got ugly there towards the end of the college basketball season, forcing. We might owe the people an MLB A-team and B-team today, maybe even mixing in some NBA or NHL or whatever, but there's some serious MLB squares that we've talked about on this show today, about 3 or 4 that I want to lock in already. Our work is almost done. I mean, there's some fucking Megalodon squares we got to take on MLB today for Prize Picks.
Yeah, we can lock
Bo
in.
Naylor run is one of them. Yep.
Yeah.
That's one
100%.
of them.
100%.
All right. Krabs, I mean, AJ Puck getting roughed up tonight in the Bronx. Yeah, I don't really know what to do with our guy AJ Puck because he's been getting roughed up and pitching like moose shit, but he's only in, 2.5 earned runs against the Yankees, juiced to the under today? I thought that was a little bit weird.
Yeah.
His brother's up for 1.5 and 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs, neither a demon or goblin.
Yeah.
Interesting. Any association plays you guys like? Massive slates. We can go to that towards the end here, Stony Picks. All right, we wanted to go over these Dinger Tuesday plays for you. Let me flash these puppies one more time. All right, I'll post this graphic later on BTL Twitter. But if you guys want to lock in a couple sprinkles, guys, remember, we're throwing lunch money on these puppies. All right, you're throwing a couple bucks that you got in your pocket left over from the weekends on these Dinger Tuesday squares. If you want to nuke, you go straight bets or you go Prize Picks entries. All right, these are just fun bets for Tuesdays to get the action flowing. All right? Awesome. Awesome. Do we want to go over the NHL playoff breakdown here, Javon? I feel like we owe it to the people.
Yeah, we can do that. A little race in the East.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, honestly. Let me see if I can get this pulled up and screen share for the people. I should be able to.
So we got
we've got 7 teams technically still fighting for a playoff spot in the East, right?
Yeah, technically. It's realistically probably around 5 because I don't think the Devils or Sabres are really in it at this point. But, yeah, I mean, we're looking at crazy Penguins come back to them being in the race. Huge point last night. The fact they took the Leafs to overtime at the very least. Would have loved if they could have got 2, but they didn't. But it's going to be an actual crazy race. And we have a lot of games tonight, or a couple games tonight with pretty big impacts. Your Caps play the Red Wings tonight, which is Red Wings currently hold that second wild card spot, and the Caps are a point behind them. So I mean that is going to be a massive game. Pens obviously was played last night. The Leafs picked up a point, so there's an important one tonight. Like I guess we can talk about the game, which is not important in itself, but the Leafs winning yesterday kind of put the race with the Lightning out of reach. So the Lightning are pretty much locked in that first wild card spot now officially. So now they play the Blue Jackets today, who I think it's a punt game between that game and they play the Sens like in 2 days, maybe on Thursday. So I think how I'm going to go about it, I'm just going to take the Blue Jackets on the ML and the Sens on the ML. I think they lose one of those games. But, yeah, the wild card race is crazy right now. And the Pens, it's been crazy following them because they were dead and now they're back. And they have a ridiculously tough schedule the rest of the way. And now, most of the teams in the race around them have a game in hand. So we'll see how it all plays out. But tough games all around. The Rangers, we also got the New York Bowl tonight. And the Islanders need a win. And they're playing the Rangers at home. So it's going to be crazy.
A lot of crazy shit going on right now in hockey. All right, down the stretch. I think each team only has either 4 or 5 games left on the season. It's going to be sweaty. I don't like how my Caps are playing right now. Not a hot take. They've looked like rat meat the last week and a half, 2 weeks. It seems like their magic is kind of fading away. I hope they can make some moves and climb their way back up here, but not looking likely. They're behind the Penguins now at this point, your squad that you took to make the playoffs. So obviously, we've got teams up here that have already clinched. We've got 2 teams in the Metro that have clinched. There's one spot, this 3rd seed, which is technically still out there for grabs in the Metro, Javon. The Islanders have not officially clinched that one yet at 85 points. And there's still some teams here who are right behind them who could end up making some moves and snagging that. If you had to make a guess or prediction as of who's making the playoffs with 4 or 5 games left, how are you solidifying this last Metro spots and these wild cards?
I mean, the last Metro spot, I think it's going to stay relatively like it's played out. So like the Isles, not that I hope they don't get a win today, but after today, their schedule gets a little easier. They have games against the Habs and the Devils looming, who I guess the Devils is second to last game. I think they're going to be dead by that point, but they do have 2 against the Rangers, hoping that they drop one, if not both of those. And then the Penguins play them last game of the season, which that could be very well to decide the Metro spot. But I still really think the Penguins sneak in. Maybe a little biased because I have the ticket in my pocket, but the things that have happened from the time near the trade deadline where they were dead to now, they've needed every single thing to go right, and so far it has. The Caps and the Flyers are on historic streaks where they have lost however many games in a row, and they've looked god fucking awful. And we kind of saw this coming. They're 2 teams that I think everybody knew was kind of fraudulent, and now we're starting to see it. Obviously, they're still in the race. It's not like they're dead, but crazy losing streaks against a lot of really bad teams. And the Pens have, they've not scored on the power play because their power play is horrendous, and it's one of the worst in the league, if not the worst in the league. And they're still finding every way to win games. They're just not making mistakes in these games. Even in a loss against the Leafs, great, they got a point out of it, but they played really good for a majority of that game outside of the power play, which has been the story all season. So everything they've had needed to go right. It's gone right to this point. There's a couple games left. We'll see if it lasts, but it just kind of feels like it's in the air that Sidney Crosby is going to lead this team to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the vibes. 100% right now. We'll see if they can close it. Javon, are you utilizing any of that you just talked about into any of these games for today? Are you playing any of these playoff angles on today's NHL slate? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, a little bit. I talked about the Lightning. The Lightning, they're coming back home. They're a little injured, and that's one of the reasons why I was kind of excited over the weekend for them to play the Penguins, which the Penguins probably made me lose a year off my life watching that game because they're up 4-1, immediately choked it, and then they scored late to win it. But Lightning are pretty banged up. John Cooper, Lightning coach, has come out and said multiple times, they're not hiding it. They're managing injuries of guys very, very carefully, especially with the season winding down. And now They're officially kind of locked into the wild card spots. So they have nothing to play for, and they're coming back home after a playoff atmosphere, type game in Pittsburgh. So like these two games against the Blue Jackets and Sens, I think they're sleepwalking through, which for the Lightning is probably not losing both games, obviously, because these teams are absolutely awful. But like the Blue Jackets tonight, they have Jet Greaves in net, who's been kind of good for them. And then who knows what the Sens are going to do after probably getting thrashed by the Panthers. But just one of those games, I think they lose. So I think you take your shot just straight up on the ML with both of those teams. And especially we're probably going to see a couple guys out for them. And Vasi's probably not going to play. I would think against the Sens. So we'll see what happens there. But Caps Red Wings tonight. You remember what we tried to do with that game last time they played?
Did we take the Caps?
Took the under. And I mean, truthfully, that over had absolutely no business hitting, but I'm doing it again.
Oh God. Okay.
Doing it again tonight.
Okay.
That game.
You're taking this under in Detroit and Washington. What do you like about it?
Yeah, I mean, it was playoff atmosphere back then, which is why it started so slow in the first place. And then you got a random fluke flurry of goals. I don't think you get that tonight. And it's pretty big because, like, the Caps at this point, they're kind of towards the end of what their slide should be. So, like, they've lost however many games in a row. They've been god-awful. Now you're playing on the road in Detroit. This is perfect. Caps, maybe strike first and then sit back, or they just try to manage this game and play it out super slow because that's the only way that they are going to survive at this point. And they especially would love to get it to OT. So I think this is obviously you don't want a 3-3 OT, but I love a slow game here, and I'm going back to it. The first one had absolutely zero business. First one that we took at least had zero business going over. I think all of them that they've played this season have soared over. This is such an important game that I think it's balls to the wall defensively for both these teams.
All right. Well, the Caps in defense, it's like peanut butter and jelly, right? Typically, it's when they're playing in Capital One Arena, but we know that's how this team wins. So hopefully they lean into that. Maybe these teams will not be too adamant to put some pucks in nets. Maybe even a tie going into OT. Grabbing a point is all they really want. So I like it, right? Anytime the Caps are in a playoff type atmosphere, that game's probably going to go under, right? That's their middle name is under. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do remember that fucking game we took where I think it was 3-3 going into OT when they scored a goal late or some shit. Ended up costing us that under. Yep.
Yeah. Cake. So much cake.
All right. Somebody say Matt Wallner. Remilo, I did not. I did not say Matt Wallner. Anybody else say his name?
Matt Wallner.
Tigers
up against
0-2. Oh my God.
Matt Wallner up against Glasnow today.
I mean, Glasnow makes a mistake. Matt Wallner's the guy to fucking take advantage of it, right?
Yeah.
Matt Wallner hits news.
There's going to be a Turk or two off of Glasnow. You just got to hope that's the one.
Yeah. Perez might be the best pitcher of all time, folks. Brock, yes, love that. Start spreading that agenda around. Will you?
Spread the word.
He might be the GOAT.
Spread the
He
word.
might be the GOAT. People are starting to talk. Perez Masterclass, sure. Okay. Yes.
Oosh.
Yeah, why was everyone on first five? I kind of wanted to back, Tigers full game with that bullpen. They're pretty solid. And Fade Narodis, Chapman, and Bednar and co. So I've still got some time left, but it's not looking too good. The Tigers offensively look like they're still in REM. Okay, they're still sound asleep. Hate that. Javi Baez is up, though. He ain't doing shit. He's batting $161. He's got no nukes this year. He's useless. He's useless. Ground ball to shortstop and unbelievable Derek Jeter type play. He's out.
Legacies.
Yeah, guys, Martin Perez, he might be that guy. Start getting your Cy Young tickets in now. Okay, he might be that guy. We've been doing this same song and dance for the last fucking 2 years, Javon, with Martin Perez. When are we going to stop? When are we just going to say enough is enough and just sit back and not fade this move?
We got to wait till this game goes final, Krabs.
Well, I'm doing everything I can.
I know.
Make sure that whatever's going on right now changes. Okay? I'm pulling out all the tricks.
Every single one of them.
Straight up. Holy smokes. Spawned 0-2 with 2 outs. Nice. I mean, I've never seen Williams make a play like that at short for the Pirates. Half of you guys don't even know who that is. The dude just turned into Derek Jeter for a second. Unbelievable.
Lika.
Fuck. Jake Rogers, change the narrative. Change it. Yeah, Martin Perez, we might be seeing him this whole game, folks. Unbelievable. He's painting, dude. I can't even deny it. He's painting.
Might be locked. Might be locked.
Perez throws 3 balls. It's 1 and 2. Those are good pitches, man. I don't know. They might be a little on the edge, but I'd give those to him. Let's see. 1-2 count here against Jake Rogers. Before we move, let's go ahead and see this strikeout through real quick. All right. Come on, Jake Myers. Do something. Foul ball. Perez is better than Cal Quantrill. Well, yeah, Boston Sports Store. 100%.
I think anybody's better than Cal.
That we know. All right. Their balls at MLB The Show. I bet. All right, guys. Let's keep moving and grooving here. We've got about 15, 20 minutes. A Rogers bomb would make chat go wild. Yeah, we're not going to get it, though, chat. We're not going to get it as Perez is taking too long on the bump and getting a free ball for the kids. That could be huge.
Could be the difference.
Be huge. All right. We went over the Sharp Report chat. We did Dinger Tuesday. We covered the NHL playoff breakdown and what's going on and how Javon's attacking some of these games for today. Where do we want to go now? Do we want to do MLB slates, the rest of it? Do you want to pivot and talk about the NBA? It's been a couple days.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not incredibly tapped on the NBA today. I'm not gonna lie to you. So unless you have some whales, let's go back to the diamond.
Let's talk some MLBs. And like I said earlier, Chad, if you guys join late, that's okay. We are going to get our guy, Kenny, who is a golf sharp at a half. Okay, this guy, all he does is bet golf and smack bets. We're going to get him on tomorrow to talk some Masters futures. Okay, guys? Because we all need some Masters bets. We're going to be doing a 24-hour stream this weekend, sweating out golf. We're going to need some futures locked in. Okay? We'll have our guy Kenny on tomorrow. Still waiting to see when he's going to come on, but that could be the difference. We're going to need some golf plays because you and me have no fucking clue what to take for that. And if I see one more Brooks Koepka slip on my feet, I might just have to bet the field at this point. Lay it, honestly. Bucks ML is a Crabs play and a third. I mean, if you're saying something like that, I got to give it a peep.
Yeah, we might have to check out the Bucks.
At least. All right, Bucks are plus 2.5 against the Celtics. Who's out for the Bucks in this game, though? There's got to be somebody out. Or the Celtics.
My POD.
What's your POD? Bucks or Celtics?
Bucks.
Bucks. Huh. Chat saying that's a Crabs play. Let's see who's out.
Yeah, why is that a Crabs play?
Because the Bucks just lost 4 straight games as double-digit fucking underdogs or favorites. Why on earth would they be +2 against Boston?
You know what the problem is? Well, first of all, you know what the problem is? You know why the Bucks are losing these games? Because you know who they play most likely if they end up sitting exactly where they are in the standings? The Heat. So I will not be taking the Bucks to win any games the rest of the season because I think they're losing on purpose. They don't want to see the Heat. And obviously the plan is involved in that. But right now, the 7-8 is Sixers, Heat. Winner of that game plays the Bucks in the 2 spot. They don't want the 2 spot. I'm fully convinced.
Did you just say that the Bucks are losing these games on purpose? So
they do not want any part of the Heat. I promise you.
Pirates lead all single cake.
What
do we think about that theory?
They want the 3 spot because the 3 spot they play Indiana. They play the Pacers, who obviously don't own them. First of all, if the Heat are a part of it, but like they don't want to see. They're either going to see the Heat or, God forbid, the Sixers win. They're going to see a Sixers who now have Embiid healthy and shouldn't be a 7 seed. So like that's not the spot they want to be in. They're like what? They're 1 game. The Magic and the Knicks are both 1 game behind them in the 3 or 4 spot. I can guarantee you the Bucks would so much rather be there, and that's the reason why they're losing. All of these games mysteriously to these massive dogs.
Huh. So with that being said, Javon, you want no business back in the Bucks today?
I don't want any business backing them the rest of the season.
Okay. That's fair. We'll see how it plays out. That is one heck of a theory. I mean, I can get in on some conspiracy theories for sports betting, especially. Sign me up, Javon.
I mean, it's not even like
on purpose, so they don't have to play the team that owns them. It makes sense.
It's not even like a conspiracy theory because I mean, like teams have come out and kind of said that indirectly that they don't want to see teams a lot. And look, I mean, you have 2 games after this. They have 2 games against the Magic, which very well could decide who gets that spot. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they would much rather the Magic take that spot, so they're not playing one of the two teams. Hopefully.
Yep. Okay. That's wild. Keep me away from them today, although that line was definitely kind of weird. There's some injury stuff going on as well in this contest. We don't know if Porzingis is going to play. We don't know if Giannis is going to play. Chris Middleton. Al Horford is game time as well for the Celtics. I mean, like, everybody's game time for the Bucks in this contest. Who knows if that even matters or not, but
Yeah.
Giannis
I mean, the
is definitely
Celtics
questionable.
The Celtics are also what, like 15 games, 16 games above the Bucks.
Yeah, so you're saying
like,
what do they have to even play for?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that works if you want to take the Bucks, I guess. But like, that's a game that I just want absolutely zero part of for all of those reasons.
Okay. All right. Well, I love that. I was about to be all in until you said that, though, and gave that great breakdown. They could be losing games on purpose so they don't have to face your Heat. I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
Okay, because we know how that's going to go.
They don't want
Butler
that.
And the Heat. Doesn't matter how they did it the fucking regular season. Once that playoff season starts up, everybody's 0-0. And I like the Heat's chances every fucking year if they got Jimmy Butler on that squad.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Come on.
They're literally one game. I mean, they're one game away from a 3-6 Pacers matchup, but they're also one game away from a 4-5, matchup with the Cavs, which I am sure they would so much rather take than either of those two teams, especially the Heat.
Yep. Okay. All right. Tatum already choked in the playoffs for the 8th time. That would be crazy. That would be crazy if the Celtics choke it this year. That'd be wild, because they have been just coasting through the NBA regular season. Holy smokes. Guys, my last leg in the season-long go well is Ant Edwards points. I need to know if I should hedge with his under every game or not. I mean, what do the T-Wolves have to play for right now?
I'm right there with them, too.
You're with them, too? Okay, so let's talk about this for a sec.
Well, T-Wolves have plenty to play for. They're in a two-way tie for the 1 seed right now, and OKC is a game back of both those teams. So plenty to play for.
Okay.
You would like to think, that they win tonight because they're playing the Wizards as 20-point favorites, pretty much.
Probably not a game you want to take as less than points, right?
Yeah, but I mean, on paper, what the Wizards like to give up. They like to give up a lot of paint points.
Yeah.
So I would not be shocked if he splooges for a little bit, but so does all the big men. Maybe a little Nas Reed appearance too. He starts splooging again.
What's his average right now? Is it 26.4? Think so.
Did you guys see that catch in the Tigers game? Holy shit.
We need to tap in.
Can we
Just
see
robbed
that?
a home run.
Can we see that?
I have it up on my iPad, not on the PC.
Yeah, Trent,
I
you
got
might have to drop ship.
Dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
Trent,
he just
your
robbed
mic
a
is
home run.
also
That was nuts.
loud as mom.
I thought it was your mic, bro.
You talking to Trent or me?
Trent.
Okay. Yeah, a little loud. That's okay, though. Holy smokes, chat. Anybody watching this Tigers game see that? That was crazy. Holy shit.
Oh my God, Riley Green, stop.
Trent's holding that card to his chest right now.
That could be stock up for that jersey card. Yep. People are starting to talk. Check the eBay prices. Come on, chat. Can we get some fucking runs from the Tigers, please? Can we? Can we? Javon, any games real quick? We'll spend a couple minutes on this, and then we'll spend plenty of time on the squad right here. But before we move, are there any other MLB games that we didn't cover today that you wanted to talk about real quick?
Oh, here goes Cash.
The season, that seems to be
Guys, this is nuts.
Hit hard to left, to the wall, and it is caught by Riley Green.
Yep. That's the one time I'm okay with you doing that, Trent. Sure.
Dude.
That keeps us in this one.
We're seeing here today.
Keeps us
got
in this
back
one.
to his spot, set his feet.
Oh, man. What a catch. Look at this shit.
Great timing on his leap.
I mean, yeah, that outfield wall is about as tall as Mima, but still a crazy play. He's sprinting backwards against the wall. Holy smokes.
We gotta start thinking of some other things than throating the mic. Just something else. Anything else.
Oh, man. I'll pay 4 units to hedge, 40 units profits. Okay, Devin. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be fading his points today against the Wizards, even if, they give up points on the interior. We'll probably see another fucking, legacy dunk on SportsCenter top 10 plays coming up here.
Can I get
Anthony
a
Edwards against the
W
Wizards.
mics or L mics?
There you go.
There you go. Back.
Might be a touch quiet now. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it's all right. It's better. It's
A
better.
bit better. Good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would start. I don't know with Anthony Edwards because like the Wizards, it scares me today because of the blowout and because they're baby food in the paint. But they also have the Nuggets, which I love to take point guards against the Nuggets because everybody else is super tough matchup, and that game could very well decide the 1 seed after this. And they play the Ratchet Hawks, who play no defense, and they play the Suns, who also, I mean, weird team defensively, but he could splooge against them last game of the season. So I don't know. I feel pretty decent about Ann Edwards if I was you.
Yeah, I think you let that puppy ride.
Yeah.
I do. They got plenty to play for still. All right. 3-1 counts to Matt Vierling, a legend. All right, let's see if he can get on base for the fucking Tigers here, please. I'm assuming he did not. If ball at 22 is bitching. Javon, stop me if you want to go over any of these MLB games real quick. And then we're going to pivot to the squad rides. Anything you love.
I mean, I would not mind fading Joe Ross off of his legacy outing. I'll tell you that much. Especially because, I mean, I hate taking the Reds against the Brewers. I don't even know if I am going to, in this little early-ish game. But I mean, Joe Ross should have given up 17 runs in that game. He's just lucky he was facing the Moose Twins. And the Reds are kind of patient, sneakily. And if you have Ellie in that lineup, a little juiced up and actually not scared to swing the bat, especially if you let him get on base with a walk, he's swiping 2 bags immediately. It's a good spot for them. So like with Frankie Montas backing him when he's been so great to start the season is kind of scary, but at the very least, I think the Reds score.
Javon, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I'm completely locked into Mark Canha around the bases.
Yeah, Mark Canha double.
Okay.
Could be the difference.
Nothing against you.
W Platt.
I'm sure whatever that was beautiful. Okay. But I'm watching my guy Mark Canha just absolutely booking it around first. Like this is the last at bat he'll ever have in his life. That's fucking heart.
It's nothing but heart, dude. That's all we ask
heart,
for.
Trent. Let's
It's
go.
literally all we ask for in this economy.
Come
it's
on.
heart.
Can we bring him home, chat, please? Can we bring him home? And can we bring home another squad ride W?
Stockholders.
Is Riley up?
This is a big at bat for the stockholders.
This is a massive AB for the card.
All right, let's sweat this at bat. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Come
we
on.
got to. We have no choice.
Come on, Riley. Come on, Riley. What do you say, kids? Do something.
We have Ratchet card, man. Ratchet card.
Yeah, I might give that to SBR for a bag of fucking chip.
Straight up. Straight up. Tell him to call the Uber next time, and that's all that it's worth. $10. Give him that card for free. Oh. Come on, dude. What the fuck, Martin Perez? He's him. He's him.
He might be him.
He might be him, folks. All right. It's about that time, chats. We got to craft up a squad right here. We need to keep the momentum rolling. All right. We got back in the W column yesterday. We've hit 2 of our last 3 squad rides. Javon, I want to see that goddamn train. Let's run it. Sure. W train. Let's get a squad ride going here. Let's get it moving and grooving. All right. Let me pull us up here. Bada bing, bada boom. This is why we need Gooch, chats. Hopefully he's having a great time out in Hawaii, but you really miss him on days like this. That's how you know he's absolutely fucking dialed in. Chat, let's get a little squad ride cooking here, okay? Let me shout out any sub-bangs that we missed. We got Jersey coming in, resubbing as well. W's. Let's fucking go, Jersey. 8 months. Love to see that. All right, make sure you guys stick around for the Surge stream starting up right after this. All right? Let me go ahead and get this poll going, Javon. Are there any wagers that you can't get out of your fucking noggin right this second as the Tigers hit a ground ball to get out of the inning and don't score? Any wagers you're locked into?
That over in Kansas City. Or, I mean, I don't know which way you wanted to go with it. If you wanted to isolate to the classic Megalodon Royals team total, but something with Royals runs in that game is screaming at me.
Royals runs?
Whether it's team total in the game over.
All right, let me take a peep. It's probably just that over in the game.
I think it is too. But I wanted to leave it up.
I think it's just that over in the game, Javon.
Just wanted to leave it up for interpretation.
Yep. W's. Want to make sure we're crossing the T's and dotting the I's. Love that.
Yep.
Houston, Kansas City. Over 8.5. Chad, if this wins, we got to lock this in ASAP because this might go to 9. Okay. What else, Javon? What else are you in love with today?
I mean, I really think Savali's getting rocked, Krebs.
Yeah. Enough where you want to fade your Rays and take the Angels on the ML.
Yeah.
What is Sandoval showing? You said his fantasy score was higher than Savali, which makes you kind of like the Angels a little bit, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to be scared of the Rays lineup, this little half strength lineup against really anybody right now, Patrick Sandoval or not. So, I mean, he looks all right. It's just Savali, I have no confidence in today.
Okay. Angels ML or Angels first fivers?
Go ML.
Angels ML.
Yeah, I mean, the Rays
All right,
Rays
Chad.
bullpen's also kind of banged up, so they're not good either right now.
All right.
Who's scoring the runs for the Halo?
Everybody, Trent.
Could be Rendon.
He's
Yeah.
up.
Crosses the plate today.
I have Logan O'Hoppe on my Dinger Tuesday card.
Wow.
Yep. That could be big. That could be
Could be
big. And we need a
massive.
no dinger Tuesday home run light from Trent as well too. People forget those
Yeah, we
absolute
do.
pay for college tuition.
We do need one of those.
People
We'll
forget
get it
that.
after the stream.
Word. W's. Javon, what else, my man? Sharks plus 1.5. How confident we feeling with that pop?
I feel good about the Sharks. I would love to
Yeah.
put them in there.
Let's put them in there, plus 1.5. Let's go Sharks. Let me look at what I got for today. I like the D-backs minus 1.5. It's kind of
Yeah, I
square.
was gonna say Cal Quantrill fade. I feel like you want to put that in there.
Yeah, but do you?
I mean, I have no problem with it.
You think the D-backs will win this game by 2+?
I mean, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in. I want to take that. Let's go D-backs minus 1.5. Let's keep it simple.
Simple.
Diamondbacks minus 1.5. Sure. One more, Geyserman. Any other plays floating around that you're vibing with, Javon? Or we got to get back in the lab here? I mean, I do like my Giants team total against Josiah. I don't know how you feel about that.
I don't mind that one bit.
You don't mind that?
No.
All right, let me scroll through and make sure we're not missing anything here. I do really like that Houston-Kansas City over. I'm not going to lie to you. That might be the weirdest play on the board.
Yeah, it is.
Bruh.
Yeah.
What are you bitching about, man?
Yeah. All right. Making sure we're not missing any hockey Geysermans here. Crossing the T's and dotting the I's. All right. Yeah, let's lock in that San Fran team total. Why not? I'm liking it.
I'm in.
You good with that?
Yeah.
Over 4.5? Oh, nice. Pirates hit a nuke. Good. Cool.
No way Barry's back for seconds. Barry Olivares. Oosh.
Yeah, Barry, it's the fucking Olivares 2-home run game. He's going to be telling his grandkids about.
Had that in the whale, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, you had his 2+ home runs and an 8-leg parlay just cashed? Sure.
Multi-home run Olivares. He had that with who just had a 50-point game? He had that as a two-piece.
Holy smokes. All right, chat. The poll is up. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Malachi
All
Flynn.
right. Get your fucking votes in, chat. There we go. Get your fucking votes in, chats. Who's going to win? It's a quicker poll today. All right. Who's taking it home? Is it that over in Kansas City? Is it the D-backs? Are you guys laying it? Are you taking a square bet today with the D-backs? Are you looking sharp with Houston and Kansas City? What's it going to be, huh? What's it going to be? All right. If you guys are watching on YouTube and you're asking yourselves, what the fuck is going on right now? I have no idea what this poll is. Where is it? It's in the Twitch chats. Okay. So if you watch on YouTube, that's fine. All right. But if you want to get involved and get your vote in here, it is a democracy. Hop over to the Twitch at Bookit Sports and leave your vote. All right, every vote counts, and we need to make sure we get those numbers up for today's Squad Ride poll after a nice little Squad Ride W on Monday. Love that. Let's keep building momentum here. Nikki's saying Sharks is getting so swept. I mean, yeah, look at that. Nobody believes. 5 votes. Nobody believes. Javon licking his chops.
Licking chops.
JT Harden likes that Giants team total over. Sure, not many people do, but I like it. All right. It's going to be a nail biter here, guys. It's going down to the wire. Who's going to win? Houston, Kansas City over 8.5. That's what I voted for. Or
Yes,
the
make a
D-backs
run.
minus 1.5. Ever since
Make a
Javon brought up that
run.
over, I can't stop thinking about it. Straight
Make a run. Oh, Miguelito said Starks and Moose Wager. I'm out.
up. Yeah, I got to restart
Cash
the show.
now. Yeah, restart stream. Over's making
Somebody
a
get Mike Neal along. We
push.
got to restart. We got to restart the
Making a push. Yeah, we do.
This one's going to be tight down the stretch, chat. Who's it going to be?
We lost it.
Who's it going to
We
be?
lost it. Oh, we're back.
Everyone waiting till the end to be
Let's
annoying
go.
and to troll. It's going to be the over in Kansas City. Sure we can.
There we go. Hearts.
Sure we can. Let's go,
Hearts.
chats.
Let's go.
W's. All right, let's make it 2 squad rides in a row this week. Trent, you're not loving this over, are you? I can tell.
I'm sadly fading squad ride today.
Wow. All right. Well,
My
Trent,
bad.
you've been dialed in, man, with the Yap Reports, chat. If you want to check out his Yap Report from this morning, it's up on the YouTube. All right, go give it a sub. Go give it a like. Okay? Somebody's winning. We'll see who it is. Javon, we'll catch chat tomorrow, same time, same place. Let's hope we get plenty of runs in Kansas City tonight from the trophies. All right?
It's the classic trophy sweat. How about it?
W's. Chat, we'll catch you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll be seeing. Peace.
Yo, you think Dallas's Power 4 gonna drop 30 tomorrow?
Boy, you tripping.
Did you see his mom made a post about going to the game?
What? Hold up. His mama gonna be there?
He's been averaging like 34 points a game when she's there.
At least 40 when she be on that Jumbotron.
He don't like to let his mama down.
Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Cash in on your sports fandom with Prize Picks.
You think Atlanta's point guard is good for 20 tonight?
No question. You hear he got name dropped on that new song? He feeling himself for sure.
Ever since that track drop, he been on fire.
The hook literally says his name 8 times in a row. He might go for 30.
With that much hype, I'd lock it in. But that's just me.